You're coming up on Dragov's outer perimeter. Remember, you're only here for Dragov. But if you find his supply depot, raid it.
Hurry up!
Denying
Get the shit
Dragov
inside!
that stockpile will also deny Keener crucial support.
B, Kid. Agent, hostiles are retaliating in 2 bridges.
Radio intercepted. I hear gunfire. Report.
Loading area by Broad Street is under attack. It's the division.
Sell the gate. Use the APC. Do not let them raid the stockpile. Hostiles approaching. Hostiles incoming.
Let's get them, boys. Time to put these fuckers down.
Minigun power restored.
You're watching Random Plays. This is Radio Gamer back on track, loud and clear. Today we're breaking down a crowd control powerhouse that balances raw LMG damage with absolute battlefield dominance. We're pairing the Bluescreen exotic LMG with the Tipping Scales gearset to ensure that once you start firing, the enemies would stop moving. So just to get the hang of it, let's get started. For the specialization, to tie this all together, we're running the gunner specialization. This is non-negotiable for an LMG build of this caliber. First, we want to get the 10% armor and kill which keep us in the fight while we're standing our ground. Second, and most importantly, is the supply line talent, in which regenerates ammo every 60 seconds so we don't run dry while stacking those blue screen rounds. Third is the gunner talent, which gives us the faster reload for every third reload. Weapons. The engine of this build is the blue screen. Every time you hit an enemy, you're applying a stack of disruptor rounds. When you deploy an unshielded skill or when an enemy you've hit dies, it triggers a massive pulse that disorients and disrupts everyone nearby based on your stacks. It's not just a gun, it's a tactical nuke. For 1 to 10 stacks, you have pulse targets for 5 seconds, 11 to 25, disrupt and pulse for 5 seconds, 26 to 49, pulse, disrupt, and disorient. And for the full stack, you'll be disrupting, pulsing, disorienting all targets within 10 meters of the marked targets for 5 seconds. This effect will trigger immediately if the marked enemy is killed. Gears. The most secret sauce for this LMG loadout is the Overdogs exotic. This is a game changer for LMG players. They reward aggressive targeting and sync beautifully with the Bluescreen's need for constant hits. This pushes our damage through the roof the moment the enemy tries to push our position. It holds the talent called Weakest Link that amplifies weapon damage by 30% based on the ranking enemies on the battlefield. On this piece, I have 15% weapon damage, 6% crit chance, and 12% crit damage. Mask. We're running tipping scales to kick off the 4-piece set bonus. This set is all about precision and management. By landing shots, we're building up our damage floor, ensuring that even we're suppressing the targets, our DPS stays competitive. For the full set of tipping scales, you've got 30% magazine size, 30% LMG damage, and for the full set, shooting build stacks to a maximum of 50. Each stack provides a 0.5% weapon handling and 4% crit hit damage. Lose 6 stacks per second while not shooting. No stacks are lost if an enemy is suppressed. On this piece, I have 15% weapon damage, 5.7% crit chance for the mod slot, rerolled for 6% crit chance. Chest. The tipping scales chest is a vital piece on our loadout. It boosts the effectiveness of our gear stacks, allowing us to reach that perfect balance faster. In high difficulty content, this chest piece ensures your damage ramp up happens in seconds. For the talent, you'll be increasing the stacks from 50 to 75. On this piece, I have 15% weapon damage, 5.8 crit chance for the mod slot, reroll this for 6% crit chance. Holster. For the holster, we're slotting in Salvo. Since we are leaning heavily into LMG damage, sustained fire, the extra punch that this provides helps bridge the gap between our status effects. It ensures that while the enemies are staggered from the blue screen, they're also melting under pressure. On this piece, you'll be having 10% rate of fire, 15% weapon damage, rerolled for 6% crit chance. Backpack. For the bag, we're still using the tipping scales, and this rounds out our utility. It amplifies the set's core mechanics, giving us better uptime on our buffs, and in a build where positioning is the key, the backpack ensures your gear is working harder so you don't have to. The talent is called Snowball, and this increases the stack from 4 to 7. On this piece, you'll be having 14.7 weapon damage, 5.9 crit chance, for the mod slot, 5.8 crit chance. Knee pads. For the final piece, we'll still be having the tipping scales, and this final piece locks in our set attributes, giving us the stability and handling needed to keep the blue screen target at long ranges. If you can't hit your shots, you can build stacks. So this final piece makes sure you never miss. For this piece, you'll be having 14.7 weapon damage, reroll this for 12% crit damage. For the skills, we'll be using firstly the Banshee Pulse. This is the ultimate reset button. Because the blue screen triggers a massive disruption whenever you use an unshielded skill, the Banshee Pulse acts as a double tap. You hit them with the Banshee Pulse to confuse the frontline, which then detonates your blue screen stacks to disrupt and disorient the entire room. This skill is a total lockdown. In the second slot, we'll be having the Reviver Hive. Of course, in high-end content, this will be your insurance policy because best defense is a good offense. The Reviver Hive is there to pick you up. Last but not the least is the preview of our stats. That's it for the video. If you like it, please give a thumbs up and please do subscribe to my channel. I will really appreciate it for more upcoming videos. Once again, you're watching Random Plays. This is Radio Gamer. Over and out.